I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, where we are tracking a line of showers and storms. Some of these are strong, and part of this line has prompted 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that impact multiple counties here on the south side. So let me show you what we're watching right now. Here in Atlanta, we have the leading edge of that rain that is about to move into the city, and this is going to be some really heavy rain here. You can see that line as it pushes in. Right now, that leading edge is in Cobb County, Douglas, into Fulton County, and here in this yellow polygon that you see here is where we have 1 severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, they just issued a new one right now. Let me get into that right now, and you can see here what we're watching. This is a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. So we have along this cluster right here, this line coming in. This is where we have severe storms that have been moving through Douglas, South Cobb, and Fulton County, also through Coweta. Now those are extending more to the east. So we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning just issued here. I'm going to put this into live mode, and we're going to kind of query this so that you can see that latest warning that we have right now and the counties that are included in that. These are multiple counties here. In fact, not all of them are probably going to show up here at the top. But for now, let me show you here what we're watching, and let me put this back in so you can see here what we're watching with that severe thunderstorm warning. Clayton, DeKalb, Fulton, and Henry. This is going to be in effect until 1:45 this afternoon. So it is central Fulton County, parts of South Fulton County. Here's DeKalb, northern Henry. We also have Clayton County and parts of Fayette County, the northern parts here of Spalding County, and again, western areas of Henry County. This is the latest severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 1:45 this afternoon.
Just wanted to make sure you saw that one does have a tornado.
Okay, so and Nicole was just filling me in here. This one just came in just a moment ago. You saw it pop up on the screen as we were talking about these. Often when the National Weather Service is issuing severe thunderstorm warnings, they will include a tag called TOR Possible, which means that there is a chance, even though they're not seeing any circulation strong enough for us to issue any tornado warnings, they are saying, though, within this line, it is possible at any time we could get some rotation here developing along with that and the potential for a tornado that could occur. So that's the latest that we're watching right now with this showers, this line of storms that are moving through. They're moving east at about 35 miles an hour. So the strongest part of this right now is located along a line from Sweetwater Creek State Park to near Turin, moving to the east at 35 miles an hour. So I want to go ahead and put a track on this for you right now. This part of the system, really, it's a long part of it. Let's do this entire line right here, and we'll put a track on that as it moves over to the east, again at about 35 miles an hour. And you'll be able to see some of the areas that we're watching here as that line continues to move on over. That would take it into Peachtree City at 104, which would be really in the next few minutes here. College Park at 119, into Atlanta, all right, into the city of Atlanta around 128. So we're at 101 right now. So this leading edge is less than 30 minutes away from the downtown area. Forest Park at 131, Decatur at 147, Belvedere Park at 151, Stone Mountain at 209. That would be outside, getting outside of that polygon. So we'll keep tracking this as it continues moving on over to the east with these strong storms that are moving through here. And they have been moving at a slower pace. Right now, about 35 miles an hour is the pace that these showers and storms have been moving in. Coweta County, you can see right here, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. This is also supposed to expire at 1:15, but really the worst of the storms are already out of your area there in Coweta County. We also have the rest of South Fulton into areas of Douglas County and South Cobb. This continues in a severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15 as well, with that band of heavy rain that's there on the back side here. So that is the main area that we were watching here, coming through the city of Atlanta and to the south and also to the west of us with this main line that's pushing through. Meteorologist Nicole Hartford and I were noticing this bowing out segment just a little while ago, which was an indicator of the strong winds in association with it. And now we're still seeing that bowing out moving into parts of Fayette County. I mentioned that the National Weather Service is also just saying there is the potential at any time that we could see any rotation developing out of this. I want to look. Now, what makes this kind of hard right now is this line is moving in right excuse me, right over the radar site. So we may not be seeing everything here along with that right here. You've got the little hole right there at the radar site. But as far as this line goes, we're not seeing anything overly concerning right now with any rotation developing, but that could change, of course, at any time as the system continues moving to the east. We're getting some temperatures here ahead of this rain that have been warming up a little bit more, and that's kind of feeding these storms a little bit more here, and we can still see them staying strong as they push through the city of Atlanta and move to the east of us. And then once that all moves away, we should see things calming down a little bit. We're still going to have a lot of rain around, but I really think the main severe weather threat is going to be with this leading edge of those storms that are moving through right now. We have also been watching the lightning count with this coming up a little bit. Earlier, we didn't have a lot of lightning with these storms. Now we're beginning to see a little bit more, especially with this section up here coming out of Douglas County, moving into Cobb County, pushing into the Fulton County area too. We also told you earlier, let me show you some of our tower cams right now because we have been watching these storms get a little bit stronger. This is our tower cam right now at Truist Park, where the Braves game today has been postponed. They announced that really within the last hour here of the Braves game being postponed. It was supposed to be starting about now, or around 1:15, 1:05, 1:15 time frame. It has been postponed to another date that is going to be in August, I believe. When that game will be made up, when you'll have to make up that game. Here's a look. This is our tower cam from east of the city over at Arizona Avenue, looking toward the west, and you see the camera shaking a bit. Here's a look. We've got some of that heavier rain. You can't see the entire skyline here as some of the clouds are lowering a little bit more, and we have the rain that is coming in, about to push into Atlanta. Within the next 20 minutes or so is where we're going to see that harder rain that's going to keep on moving in. I'm going to take you back to remote 58, which is our Rome tower cam. We had some really heavy rain. Oh, that's actually Coweta County. We had some really heavy rain coming through Coweta County just a little bit earlier. And I'm going to change here some of these cameras. So I want to show you the camera at Georgia 400 and Northside Hospital. That will show up here in just a second. Where there you see Georgia 400 at Northside Hospital and 285, the King and Queen building. Rain starting to come down really hard there as well as the rain coming into those areas to the west of us, north and west of us over Truist Park, with some of that heavier rain continuing to push on through. So we're going to be dealing with this for the next few hours, especially watching that leading edge with the strongest of the storms. Know that in North Georgia, we don't have anything severe in North Georgia right now, but we do have a lot of rain here and even some thunder and lightning. These are good downpours here with thunder and lightning, but nothing classified as severe. The severe part is right down here, just through the city of Atlanta and south of the city of Atlanta too. In fact, there's that leading edge right on the west side of the perimeter, all right? This part right here, moving through North Fulton and West Fulton, and then here, you see that white area, that is the west side of the perimeter, that leading edge about to move into the city here, coming in on the west side, and then southwest of the city, you can see that leading edge that continues to move through. What's interesting with this, especially with this on the south side, is where you have an area of no rain, and then in a very short period is very heavy rain. I want to show you this. When you go from green to yellow to orange to red, just in that very thin line, that just goes to show you that you've got some wind with that, and it's not only not raining right now in Forest Park, but then go over to Union City and it is heavy rain. It's not like it starts off light and then gets a little moderate and then gets a little more heavy. It goes from no rain at all to really heavy rain in no time. All right, that's that wall of water that's going to be moving in here along with that system, especially this strongest part right here, which is from Atlanta. Here's I-20, there's the city, I-20, and then you go down 85 here. When you get through the perimeter down 85, going down toward Noonan and around Union City, that's really heavy rain. The airport is about to get rocked with some heavy rain coming into the airport right now. And then all of this is going to be moving into Clayton County, Fayette County, on down to the south here, and then eventually pushing over into Henry County with the band of heavy rain, thunder and lightning. And what we are watching often with these little notches, you see some of these little notches that you see right here along that leading edge. At any time, we could get some rotation developing out of that. And If we see any rotation that gets tighter, then the National Weather Service could potentially issue some severe a tornado warning out of that. But again, we're not seeing anything overly concerning here on that leading edge. I'm just looking, whenever we're doing these long live streams for you, we often are studying this as we're seeing it live, so it's not always pretty TV that we're doing here. You'll see us kind of examining this and analyzing this as we're moving along. So nothing looking too concerning right now. I'm looking over here. We're getting a new update in from the National Weather. Ground stop at the airport. I wanted to show the airport camera I just mentioned here. Danielle Moss is here as well. We're all here making sure that you are aware of what we're watching. So I mentioned that Hartsfield is going to be getting rocked here in just a moment for some reason here. Hang with me, guys. I want to reset this so we can get, it's not showing up for some reason here, the airport camera. So I'll be able to get that for you in just a little bit as we have, I want to be able to see the airport. But Danielle just told me there is a ground stop at Hartsfield Jackson right now as that really heavy rain is about to move in right now, pushing over the city. They've got a lot of lightning too. Danielle, on your, we have the airport graphic.
Yes.
For some reason, something else is showing Noonan. Okay. If you could put remote 32 in that airport graphic, thank you, because I want to be able to show that, and I can't get that live here right now. Danielle's going to fix that for us so we can see it. So again, behind the scenes, what we're watching right now, as we are tracking these showers and storms moving through, it is this leading edge that is the strongest part right now. Danielle told me they just issued a ground stop at the airport, which will slow down traffic there, halt traffic, depending on if it's incoming or outgoing flights there, as this big line is about to move in with those very heavy rain, lower visibility, and the strong winds in association with that moving through. Along that leading edge, watching these notches where at any point we could see any rotation developing out of that. I want to look and see if, see if anything new coming in. The National Weather Service is saying they haven't issued, we haven't had any tornado warnings here, but what they're most likely going to do is for the afternoon, as we're watching these storms roll through, they're most likely going to be using the TOR possible tag in any new severe thunderstorm warnings that come out, just to show you that at any time it is possible for any of these storms to develop any of that rotation. And you can see those latest scans that are coming in right now where those storms are on the strong side. At this hour. I want to show you the other tower cam that we have from our west side, actually the east side looking westward. And well, you can kind of see, we noticed the lowering of the clouds here. We told you about a moment ago, this camera is shaking and we can't even see the tops of the buildings on the skyline anymore. Normally we would see downtown and midtown over here, and just look at these clouds as they're filling in. And pretty soon, we have a really high tower there, and that's what this camera is on. And in just a few moments when we look at this, we're most likely just going to be seeing gray. We're going to be in the clouds here in this camera in just a little bit, and then we're also going to be in the rain as those clouds continue to move a little bit closer here too. So that is what we're watching. Again, on the north side, this is our tower cam at 285 and Georgia 400, where you can see the King and Queen building. We're about to see some really heavy rain that's going to be moving into there as well. And we're just going to be dealing this for the afternoon hours. The main threats with the severe weather system, or with any potentially severe storms, is going to be the leading edge. Now I want to show you a couple of things here. We have this leading edge that's prompted these warnings. We're going to see these two warnings here disappear in about 3 minutes. In fact, the severe weather threat is pretty much out of Coweta County right now. Those stronger storms are into areas of Fayette County and also into Clayton County. And then we're going to see this warning also disappear at 1:15 when those warnings expire. And then we'll be concentrating on just this warning right here. We'll probably have additional severe thunderstorm warnings as this continues moving on over to the east. Then, now that's the leading edge of this part of the storm. Now here's another leading edge that's just moved through Montgomery, and that is where we have these storms moving through. We'll have to keep an eye on these on the south side. That'll most likely prompt additional severe thunderstorm warnings on that side as well, moving on over to the east. So a lot to watch here for the rest of the afternoon hours. Now on the north side, I'm not as concerned about severe storms for you. You're just going to be still getting some good rain coming through, but the severe weather threat is going to be a lot lower for your area as those storms move through. The air is already atmosphere is pretty much already worked over. A little more stable air now on the north side with temperatures that have fallen into the 60s. I think it's remote 32 if that's even up there, Danielle, and if not, I'm not sure. I don't know why the wrong one is showing up in there. So anyway, we'll in fact, in our control room, can y'all just put up remote 31 for us just so we can get a close look? Wait, remote 32, I believe that is the airport. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's in the wrong thing. Okay, we'll have to work on our router for that as well. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Somehow something has messed up. So thank you guys in the control room for letting me know that too. So that is the warning that we're watching right now. The two on the west side are about to expire at 1:15 here, which is going to be in about a minute. And then we're watching this one right here. That's that main part. And this is a large warning, including numerous counties there with these stronger storms that continue to push on through. And that's that leading edge. And as I mentioned, when you go from green to yellow to orange to red in a short period, that's indicating very heavy rain that goes from no rain at all to really heavy rain in a short period of time. Also, we have the strong winds in association with that too, with that heavy rain coming in, where we have those strong winds that will continue to blow very briskly there. And that's why we have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. And again, this has a TOR possible tag on it, indicating that at any time, we can see some rotation here developing along that line there with those storms moving over to the east, again moving at about 35 miles an hour. So I'm going to pick out this part right here around Forest Park where we will show you those areas as they continue. In fact, I'll pick out this part right here. Okay, let me reset this really quick, sorry. Moving over to the east at about 35 miles an hour. This part right there at 75 south, just south of Forest Park, moving generally east at about 35 miles an hour. And that would take it into Morrow at 117, North Clayton at 120, Stockbridge at 128, Miller's Mill at 137. All right, you just saw those two warnings just expire here on the west side. So you have been cleared from those warnings on the west side, but the warning still in effect is for central Fulton County, South Fulton County, over into DeKalb County, Henry County, Clayton and Fayette County, on down to the south into parts of the northern areas there below McDonough there, the northern parts of Spalding County still included in that. So Porterdale at 201. Now, Covington is at 204. That's outside of this warning polygon, but just know if we do see this warning extended more over to the east, we just want you guys over on the east side out I-20 to Covington to know that it would push into your area around around 204 here this afternoon. So that is the main part of that cell that we are watching right now. Let me see if I can get the airport camera up right now. Let me try two things. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So it is in remote 58 right now. I want to show you the airport. And yeah, that visibility is greatly reduced. You're seeing it here and you're seeing it right here too. Visibility is greatly reduced. Danielle was telling us that they just let us know that there is a ground stop at Hartsfield-Jackson. This is the heaviest part that's moving through right now at Hartsfield-Jackson. We don't see any activity there on the runways or taxiways right now. So they're going to wait for this heaviest shower, this heaviest band to move through right now at Hartsfield-Jackson. And we'll see those heavier showers with those strong winds that will keep moving in. And here's another view right now at our tower cam at Truist Park, where we have those heavy rain showers moving through. And again, reiterating that the Braves game for today has been postponed. It was supposed to be starting about right now, but it has now been postponed. So the warnings that we have right now, this main one that includes a lot of counties there through the city of Atlanta, And on the south side of the city and over to the east of us, including DeKalb County. I'll go over these counties again. A little small part of Rockdale County here, Henry County, Fayette County, Clayton County, Fayette County. Coweta is no longer in a warning. The far northern part of Spalding County in this severe thunderstorm warning until 1:45. The main things we're watching here is that leading edge of that rain that goes from no rain at all to really heavy rain very quickly. We'll have heavy rain with it, strong winds, and along this leading edge, we have to watch for the potential in any of those little notches that you see right here, where we can see some rotation developing there, although we have not seen anything as of yet indicating anything that is too alarming out there right now with any of that potential rotation. So what we're looking for here is red and green together, just in little small areas. We're not seeing any of that showing up right now. The National Weather Service, though, did use the tag in this warning saying TOR possible, meaning at any time we could see some rotation beginning to develop there with any storms that could develop a tornado, although that threat remains on the low end. We also still have a tornado watch that is in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. Now, I do not think that this tornado watch is going to have to be in effect until 7. I do think that they will take some of these West Georgia areas out of the tornado watch once that main line moves through our area. I'm going to fix one thing here with this, and we'll go back in a little bit tighter here. There we go. With this tornado watch, again, supposed to be in effect until 7 o'clock tonight, but I really think that Atlanta will be taken out of this watch before we get to the 7 o'clock hour. But it does extend down to the south. You can see the metro area here, but it extends down to the south, all the way down to the Columbus area, including all of our counties on the south side: Upson, Pike, Lamar County, Meriwether, Troup, Heard, Coweta. I mentioned Fayette, Spalding, Butts. That line up to the north over to Newton County, Rockdale County, and Gwinnett County. Again, supposed to be in effect until 7, but I wouldn't be surprised if this watch does expire a little bit early. And again, we've been watching the convective outlooks as well with the stronger storms here, that level 2 of 5 risk for any of those storms to turn severe. And we've already been dealing with some of those. And again, not widespread severe weather and not a tornado outbreak or really a severe weather outbreak. It's just some counties right now on that leading edge where we continue with that severe thunderstorm warning that includes multiple counties. So continuing to watch that as the system moves on over to the east. And again, a level 1 risk over on the east side. But that level 2 risk extends over to Athens on the north side, even though we're not seeing anything severe here on the north side now. And then, of course, extends well down to the south side too with that level 2 of 5 risk, meaning there's a better chance that some of those showers and storms will turn severe as it continues to move to the east. The other thing that really is the bigger threat is the potential for flooding. We have flood watches in effect for North Alabama, back into northern Georgia, flash flood watches that are well out to the west. Look at all that. They've been dealing with numerous flood warnings out along the Mississippi River area for a while with the days and days of rain with this exact same system. So what's different for us with this system is that we were protected by a ridge of high pressure at the end of the week and the beginning of the weekend, and all those storms were over to the west of us, and they just kept moving over the same areas. Now the ridge has broken down, and that is allowing these showers and storms to move into our area, but they're not going to sit on us for days and days. They'll be with us this afternoon, really through tomorrow. Now the storm part won't be with us tomorrow, but some lingering rain showers will before everything starts to move over to the east of us. So we're going to hold on to this flood watch through Monday late afternoon into the evening hours once this rain moves on through. And this really covers all of us: North Georgia, Metro Atlanta, also down to the south side too. So that's why we issued an 11 Alive weather impact alert for today for that potential for storms, as well as those pockets of heavy rain with strong wind with them, and that potential for some flooding in areas. So we're glad you're watching us right now, meaning that you are staying alert. But if you do have to leave us when we're not on here on 11 Alive Plus or on our 24/7 streaming weather channel here, stay alert. keep our phone app with you and make sure you have enabled the alerts on the 11 Alive app on your phone. Also, make sure and within your iPhone settings, the wireless emergency alerts, make sure you have those enabled on your phone. And then if you are in an area, if your phone is inside one of those polygons, it will alert your phone and let your phone know that you are in a warning area. So those are the storms that we continue to watch now. Moving on over to the east of us. I want to show you the temperatures because this is really important with who could and who may not see severe weather for the rest of the day. We're at 72. We just had a good thunderclap right here over the station with some of that lightning that's moving in. We're 72 right now. The rain just started coming down. When we get our new update, we think that this temperature is going to be cooler here in a bit with rain-cooled air that's over us. So 72 right now, 73 Duluth, 74 in Athens, 75 in Covington. Look at Thomaston, 77 degrees as these storms are about to move in. Where you're seeing the warmer air, that adds to a little more instability as these storms move in, and that kind of helps to feed or fuel these storms to sustain them and to make them strong. So that's why we think over on the east side, with this leading edge moving through, we'll continue to have that potential for storms. But notice the areas that have already had rain. Like look at this on the north side, 60 degrees in Canton, 63 in Marietta. So in Cobb County right now, it is 63 compared to 72 in Atlanta. That rain-cooled air helping to stabilize the atmosphere a little bit, taking away more of that severe weather threat. So it's mainly these areas here from Atlanta eastward and to the south of us is where we're going to hold on to that severe weather threat here for a little while as that leading edge moves in. And then once this heavy rain pushes in, it will help to stabilize our atmosphere, take away some of those ingredients for severe weather. Then we're going to be dealing with mainly just rain as the system continues to push on through for the rest of the afternoon hours. So here's a look at the forecast track of what we're watching here. And again, this model is showing a little different. In fact, let me show you the high resolution rapid refresh and see how that looks. This is a little more indicative of what's happening out there right now, although we already have this leading edge that's over Atlanta. So this model is even a little bit behind here. But you'll see here, as this line moves through, still 3:30 in the afternoon, pockets of moderate to heavy rain over us. Additional feeds of rain coming through at 5 o'clock this afternoon. That all continues to move to the east, and then the severe weather threat will pretty much be over late afternoon into the evening, but we're still going to have these pockets of heavy rain pushing through, and that will just lead to the potential for any of that flooding around. And then early tomorrow morning, lingering showers that'll be heavier over to the east of us, but things start clearing out here in the metro Atlanta area through the morning hours tomorrow as far as the rain is concerned. And it may be kind of slow to leave. We'll still have a couple of lingering showers around through lunchtime or more. And then after that, we're thinking that rain will mainly be confined over to the east side where things will be calming down for us and also cooler. We're talking about high temperatures tomorrow, maybe just in the upper 50s and then 60s going into Tuesday and also Wednesday before we warm up a little bit more going into the end of the week. Danielle Moss is closely looking. Danielle, you don't have anything new over there, do you? Everything good right now? She's monitoring here the latest that we have with those storms that are moving through right now. Again, I'm sorry, what?
Take a look over there at East Point. It's just some.
Okay.
There's a little bit of shear over there.
Yes. I'm going to look at a couple of different modes here. Watching,
Forest Park.
yeah, near Forest Park and East Point. I'm going to put our shear markers on here. Okay, so this is our areas that show potential rotation. Again, nothing, this isn't confirmation of any tornadoes there, but along that line is where we have any potential rotation here, getting closer to Riverdale, Forest Park, over toward the East Point area. Again, that system moving over the airport. So a little bit of shear, meaning any rotation could be developing there, but again, we're not seeing anything confined or too tight that would be strong enough where we would need to issue any type of tornado warning. Also want to look at our shear tracks as well. And this kind of shows, yeah, what we've been watching there to the west of us. This goes back in time. So this isn't current, but this is where we were seeing some of those shear tracks earlier over to the west of us. And now we're seeing this of what is left of that pushing in south of the city, where we have some of that stronger activity now there to the south of us. And it's all part of that leading edge right here into DeKalb right now. It's over on the east side of the perimeter there, moving into these areas of northern Henry County, stretching down closer to McDonough. In fact, I'll be checking in on our, in fact, I'll put that up right now, our camera that we have at the racetrack here, Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm going to put this on remote 59 on, and you'll be able to see here. I'll put this up right here, Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you can see the heavy rain right there coming down right now on Atlanta Motor Speedway. So this is Decatur, heavy rain coming in there. This is Atlanta Motor Speedway on the south side at Hampton. That's in the western parts of Henry County, and the heavy rain is already coming down pretty heavily there at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And we're going to see some strong winds there too. And Henry County, this is where we have that latest severe thunderstorm warning that's going to be in effect for about another 17 minutes. It's going to expire at 1:15. All part of this that we're watching right here on the south side, with that heaviest rain now moving through the city of Atlanta, and really heavy rain coming down with some thunder and lightning. This is the leading edge that is prompting the severe thunderstorm warnings. We're also watching this, so that's the leading edge. Also watching this little bit right here. That's what was moving through Union City and Forest Park over near the airport, where we were seeing and detecting a little bit of that rotation there as a possibility. I'm going to look really quick and see if there's anything new from that. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if the National Weather Service is going to issue a new warning here, as we're seeing that leading edge getting close to the edge of the polygon. Again, this doesn't expire until 1:45, but this leading edge is getting closer to the edge of that polygon, the warning polygon. It'll be interesting to see if they issue any additional warnings, maybe for the rest of DeKalb, over into Rockdale or Newton, the rest of Henry County, maybe over into Butts County. If any new warnings are issued, it would be for those counties coming up soon. So that's what we're going to be watching over the next couple of minutes here, or next few minutes here, to see if a new warning is going to be issued. We call it downstream, on the next counties in line, potentially for a new severe thunderstorm warning, is what we'll have to keep on watching there. And still inside the city, I also want to take you down here. This is the other area that we're watching. These